All right, so welcome back, everybody. As you can see tonight, we are playing around with some new streaming software, doing our best to not have the issues that we've been having. Oh goodness, I'm sitting there doing this and realize I didn't put my wedding ring on. Oops.
You're still married.
I'm still married. So we're playing with new streaming software because we've had such a nightmare of issues here recently with the YouTube streaming service. So I had to go to a paid for service. So you're going to see me playing around tonight. There's some features on it I really like. Honestly, it's pretty basic, but it does have some cool features. Like I think I can save comments so I can refer back to them, because y'all know I'm always stumbling around in the live streams and things, trying to go back up and find a comment.
Or getting way behind.
Yeah, getting way behind all those things. So let's play the Can You See Us and Hear Us? We're also running some new mics here. We still have our other mics, which we love, but we're running a backup set of mics that I think I'm going to dedicate just to this computer. And these are Tiffany's mics for whenever she records. So that you having to go out to the shop and rip my other ones off, make sure they're charged. So everybody says they can see and hear us. So that's awesome. All right. So Sharon says, and check out this feature. So now I can show the comment that I'm reading. I kind of like that. Like I said, I can save and go back to them. So Hammer said to tell everybody he's out to sea, misses us.
Oh,
all right. Well, Hammer,
well, we miss you too, and we hope you're not working too hard.
That's right. If you jump on and watch this later, we appreciate you jumping on, saying hey to everybody. Hope you're having a safe trip out there. All right, so I'm new here, hiding in the bushes, says Mr. Jimmy. I probably won't show everybody's comment when I do this, but I do like that feature, and I'm going to keep playing with it. So hello, Jimmy. And Zoe screaming hi, everybody. Zoe, we actually remembered for once.
Hi, Zoe.
Can't promise we're going to, this will be a every time thing or we remember, but we still got your bracelets, and we did actually remember. We forgot last live stream to show those off right there. All right, so let's save a comment. Let me play around with some of this. So y'all, this may be a bit confusing of a live stream as I'm reading and playing around with stuff.
Yeah, it's all new here.
It is all new. And I told everybody, we did a test live stream earlier today that I can no longer gift memberships. Well, I found out if I'll go open up the chat on YouTube, so I've got a screen over here with the YouTube, and then I got my streaming service over here, it actually gives me the option to still gift out some memberships.
Good deal.
So we just did that right before the live stream started. And don't forget, we'll wait for some more people to jump on. We got about 100 right now and climbing, and we'll gift out some more memberships here in just a minute. So let's keep on going on down here, catch some of these. I'm just going to go through and start starring some comments, and then I can jump back and just catch new, fresh stuff. So like I said, it's going to get confusing here for a little bit. Why is that still in there? Oh, okay. So it automatically highlights comments for me too, from members and things such as that. Okay. I'm still figuring this all out. So Heather says, hey guys, great job on all the videos. Absolutely love the videos. Heather, we appreciate you.
Enjoy them.
Yep, we appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. And of course, I knew this comment was coming, so let's go ahead and talk about this. We need to discuss it for the simple fact of, well, I guess we got a little bit of an update for this. So, okay, save this comment when Cookie Channel is going to be out, and when's the sewing room going to be done? Hurry up. I'm going to let you talk. Okay, I'll let you talk about the majority of this, but we actually have an edited cooking video. We reviewed it today, sat down and did that, and I must say I don't think Tiffany's quite satisfied with it.
I'm not.
She doesn't want it released. So, y'all, we are trying, but that's okay. We got to figure this new stuff out. She's figuring out recording and all the other stuff, but you can answer more of that, and you can also talk about the sewing room.
Yeah, so we finally sat down because we've been really, really busy, and we looked at the video today. I was like, yeah, I don't really like this about it. Don't really like that. I tried to do it on my own without Andrew there and his profession, or whatever you want to call it. Like,
I'm no professional. I'm still figuring all this stuff out myself.
So there was things about it that I definitely want to change, and we're actually probably going to make 2 videos out of it. Because what I did cook, I kind of showed my dough recipe with it. So I think we're just going to do it separately and play around with it a little bit. So a little bit longer on that, but we are working on it. I may try this Sunday coming up to do another video. And the sewing room, I got the sewing room done this week.
Haha, Chris, you can't ask about it anymore. And I must say it got done because she busted her butt.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this done. He's got a lot on his hands, and a lot going on out there. So I cleaned up the whole entire attic. I got all the old materials out from when we built the house and carried them downstairs and set my table up, set my sewing machine up, ordered a rug, ordered a light,
Yeah.
ordered some storage units or some like a storage cabinet for all my stuff. And now I got to learn how to use my sewing machine again.
YouTube. Just YouTube it.
Well, that's how I learned the first time, but it's been so long. I don't even know how to use it anymore. And I got some clothes I want to fix. So yes, it's done. It's complete.
So take that off your asking list there, Chris. All right. Oh, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this because I forgot to mention the last 2 live streams. And we are obviously live now at 5 p.m. Eastern. Excuse me. But with that said, we may not be live later. We allow these to record and play back. So anytime I forget to mention that, we'll get multiple comments. Maybe later tonight, tomorrow.
Do a banner of that too.
Well, maybe so. We'll add that in. But it by all means, if you're watching this back later, leave a comment and we'll respond to it. Just maybe tomorrow. But there's a lot of people like, hey, we see and we hear you. Here's my quick question. And I'm like, I was actually in bed when you asked that because we weren't technically live at that point. So Mr. Robert wants to know, I've got to know how those steaks were. I could nearly smell them all the way here. I thought they were absolutely
so good.
Yes.
We love just having that function on the rocket stove where you can really sear up the meat and just get it nice and crispy on the outside. And those rocket stoves do amazing with that. So yeah, they're good.
All right. Okay. So now I've got his comment hung up here because I got to go back and find. No, I thought I had it starred. There it is. I got to go back and click and unhide it.
Okay.
So that's going to be something new to figure out.
Yeah.
So Coy Lake wants to know what the temperatures are here this week. It's going to fluctuate. We're supposed to get a lot of rain a little bit later in the week, I think around Wednesday. Well, I say a lot of rain, but it's a really high chance. And I see the temperatures fluctuating this week. Going to be like in the high 70s Tuesday and then back in the 60s. I'm looking outside right now. It's 63 degrees, but even better than that, it's 30% humidity. That's very low for us. So the weather's been perfect, absolutely perfect.
We're actually going to jump out in the garden tomorrow while it's still kind of nice weather and get that knocked out and get it ready and get, the chicken coop cleaned out. I always like to do that before it gets too hot anyways and get some outside stuff done this week while it's feeling good.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Dino wants to know about the chickens. We have to do a weekly chicken update.
Chickens are good and they are producing eggs. I am getting anywhere from 5 to 6.
Good. They're obviously loving the temperature change. We've got them out in the sun a lot more.
So they're producing more eggs for us, and that's good because we need them.
All right. So, y'all, you see the little banner going across the bottom of the screen. I'm going to try to do this multiple times tonight. It is officially Spring Forward next Sunday. And what we've done for years that we've been live streaming, we always spring our time forward with Spring Forward, and we always fall back 2 hours in the wintertime just because of how dark, how early it gets dark. So this is y'all's reminder again. We've been saying this last week, this week, next week on the 9th, next Sunday when we do our typical live stream, we're moving up to 7 p.m. and that's the way it's going to stay all the way until next fall for fall back. So I know that helps some people, hurts some people. It's just something we've been doing forever, and some people really enjoy it one way or the other. But since the days are getting longer, more people want to be outside during the day. Amen.
Yeah.
But more people want to be outside during the day, enjoying their daylight, not having to run inside and jump on so early. I know some of y'all are watching all the way from California and all. So what is it over there right now? 1 o'clock or something like that? 1, 2, something. So what are we going to be planning this year? That's something we got to figure out.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do corn. That's our favorite garden crop. We're going to do green beans again because I didn't put up too many last year, and we probably need to get to eating some of them anyways. But yeah, definitely that. What else did we talk about last weekend that we were going to do? Oh, Andrew wanted fresh squash and zucchini, so we're going to do.
We won't do much.
We're going to do a couple plants of that, and
Did you say watermelons? I was reading the comments.
Yeah, watermelon. Okay. I didn't say that, but yeah, definitely watermelons, cantaloupes. Not a whole lot because we still got a freezer full of vegetables because we're doing mostly meat, and we still do mostly meat during the week, but we do probably need to eat a little bit of our vegetables.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. So Mr. Jimmy talking about cooking and stuff like that says the rocket stove is so heavy duty, it's going to be around a long time. I certainly hope so. And it's so heavy, I had to put it on wheels so it could go around. And Crystal, yes, you bring this up so often. I made a banner. So we'll take the live stream stuff off right here. But I even made a banner just because I knew Crystal would want it. Let us know if it's your first time with us on the live stream right here. All right, let's go catch some more comments because I'm already so far behind. So is there a video of the sewing room? There is not, Mr.
No,
Larry.
it wasn't going to be too exciting, honestly. I mean, it's just kind of basic. I just utilized a little space in the attic up here and set up a folding table and just, you know, threw some stuff together. And that's how I wanted it anyway. So there wasn't going to be much to it to really show, but yeah.
It's an attic. It's like a dungeon. Doesn't look the world's best.
Yeah, we weren't going to wall it in or anything, you know, too extreme like that. But it'll be perfect for what I need it for.
Yeah. All right. So cool. That'll pull banners out. So Andrew Sankey says, how's everything going at the river property? It's going. So we're finishing up the house plans. And the cool thing about this live stream right here is this live stream software, I can share videos while we talk with you. I can record. I can share PDFs, slideshows, pictures, all that kind of stuff.
That'll be cool.
So what I'll probably do is we'll either do, I don't know if we'll do a live stream to show the house plans once we get them finalized, because we've also got a bunch of 3D pictures being rendered right now. So we can actually give you a full walkthrough of the house. So we'll either do a live stream or I'll record it in live stream fashion like this, actually record and post that as a video. Some people could care less, you know, about the house stuff. They're here for metalworking, building, or tractor stuff. I totally get it. But for the people that's very curious and excited about the house build, because it's going to be a huge part of the channel this year, that's something we'll show. But sadly, we're still at a point right now to where we're fighting with the environmental stuff. I finally found, I think, the last engineer that I need for the last report that I need. We've had to get so many reports and so much environmental work done, and it's reports I've never heard of. You've got to go hunt down these engineers. There's just not really a database to find them, and it's really delayed us. And I think I finally found the last one. So now we take all these reports and all this stuff, and we go to the first environmental department that's going to want to sit down, that we have to request a permit from, spread all this out in front of them, and pray that they tell us, yes, we grant the permit. Yes, you can build the house there, all that stuff. So it's been a lot of behind the scenes work that y'all haven't seen, a lot of fighting and arguing and pushing and paying and dealing with stuff, just for us to lead up to the point that we're going to try to go sit down with somebody and get a yes or no.
And that'll be a relief once we get that answer.
Well, keep in mind, we may have to go to 2 more departments, 3 more departments for yes or no's. We don't know how far up the state or federal level we have to deal with, but we've got to go to this first department for them to say yes, no, or maybe go do another report. It's a handful, but we kind of knew it was going to be like that. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. So Ronald, yes, I should have specified that in the banner. That is 7 p.m. Eastern. Yep, Eastern time. We are in Florida, so we do all of our times based off of that. So Pest Hunter says, I love planting sunflower, especially for the dove. I'm going to do something a little different this year. So didn't really do much of a dove plot last year because I've been disappointed in how many are showing up. But I think I'm going to do a huge portion of the field this year, go back to a bigger planting, which typically I don't do. And I'm going to go back to sorghum. I did sorghum a long time ago when I first bought this property. And what I found is everything loves sorghum. I mean, from deer, quail, turkey, they all love it. Deer will go bed up in it. It does big bushy plants. They like to stay in it. So it seems to attract everything. So I'm going to go back to that this year, and I made a ton of seed. Problem is, it's a big bulky plant with a lot of material that hits the ground. So I'm going to have to figure out how to mow it, clean it, blow some off. But I think that'll be a new fun experiment this year, kind of go back to playing with some of that. But I really like that all the animals seem to benefit from it. All right. All right. Julie says, I will have 27 cattle mineral pots this summer for veggies. I'm not sure I know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, are you saying that's the self-wicking setup from Daniel Arms? Yes, very familiar with those. Believe it or not, that's how I found Daniel's channel a long time ago, was those self-wicking pots right there. All right, we'll throw up another banner here. I think I've already, no, we'll do this new banner here. So yeah, if you're new tonight, let us know, ask questions, and bear with me as
He's still navigating
as I'm learning my new software. So many things to click now. It's driving me crazy. Let's go ahead and gift out a few more memberships. We got 135 people on right now.
Let's do it.
That's not the one I want. Let's go over here to this one. Then I can get this off my screen because it's kind of messing with me.
Oh, is it?
I'm reading 2 chats. All right. So memberships are absolutely at random. We're going to gift a few out, and then you'll start seeing some updates here. So let's see. Did it go through? There it is.
Yep.
Cool.
It did.
All right. Like I said, we can't choose who, but it just randomly picks them. So more of a sewing area than a sewing room, says Larry. Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's what
sure.
it is.
Yep.
All right. Tiffany's home when the list is finally getting done, says Chris, who's
That
always
is
got something
right.
smart to say to me there. All right, let me kick this chat off over here because it is absolutely.
I kind of liked it, but I get if it's messing you up.
It is because I'm trying to read 2 chats, and I need to be reading the chat to where I can actually click and interact with people right here. Take this banner down, hide. I guess we'll leave that one scrolling across the bottom since that's an important message for everybody about the time change. So, Miss Lee, thank you so very much,
Miss Lee.
That was so.
We hope you had a great time in Hawaii, by the way.
Spending it on whatever you need, Miss
Oh,
Lee. That was extremely generous. We appreciate you so much there. And yes, I have been getting updates from her about her Hawaii trip. It looked absolutely amazing. Got to see turtles and went whale watching, and of course the scenery looked awesome. And I bet the weather was amazing as well. So I'm going to jump back up and catch a few more comments here because I kind of shot myself to the bottom, something I tend to do a lot. Have you been able to figure out how to put a watermark on your videos for when they are stolen by another user? So Brian's reached out to me, and I appreciate you doing this, but I've had other people reach out to me as well. Sadly, somebody has created a Kelley's Country Life channel on TikTok, which I'm not on, and it's an out-of-country app. And they post all of our videos. They steal them, they post them. I don't know if they're getting money off of them or what they're doing. And there's really nothing I can do about it. It's unbelievably aggravating. So if y'all see that, y'all are more than welcome to report the account. But from what I understand, it's just being an out-of-country account. They don't care. They just kind of do whatever they want. Maybe if enough people report, it'll be a problem. Whereas with Facebook or YouTube, they take that stuff very seriously. You can report stuff quickly, get it taken care of extremely quick, and YouTube's even better. I mean, I can do some serious reporting on that. But if y'all see me on TikTok, it's not me. It's somebody that's hijacked my stuff and is doing what they want with it over there. So don't judge me if something's added to it or whatever you see. But 'tis the world we live in. If people, we were just talking about this last night, all these thieves and stuff like that, they would spend as much time as they do taking advantage of people putting into a career, a job or something, they would be so successful. There's so many people out there that just want to take advantage of everybody. Okay. I don't know why I'm plugged up tonight. I know why. Pollen, y'all. I cleaned so much pollen off of equipment and vehicles today. Oh. So I'm new here, says Miss Lee. That is not true. Okay, I'm going. Okay, have we heard of that? So Half Pint's up in Tallahassee, 70. He's at the Fish House for supper. He's eating oysters.
No, I don't think we have.
The Fish House.
Huh.
Seems like I've heard of it, but we've definitely never been there. We might have to check that out. We are not far from Tallahassee.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So Pest Hunter, I believe you asked a question a minute ago on what service I went with. I went with StreamYard because it's so beginner friendly, but it's very basic. I'm learning and kind of expensive for what you get. I also looked at, oh goodness, OneStream Live or something like that seemed to have comparable features for less money. The problem is it wasn't quite as easy to integrate. So what I have heard and what I really like and what I desired, I'm looking at a chat right now that is not on YouTube, but I can see all the stuff from the gifting to the donations to I can see members. I can see who our moderators are. It was a seamless integration. And I did a lot of research and reading. A lot of these other ones will stream fine, but you don't get all the specific features that I'm looking for. I really want to be able to highlight comments and all. I know some other ones offer that, but I'm really not happy with the price with StreamYard. It's starting to already feel basic after my first live stream. It seems like there's a way I could liven it up or give some different backgrounds and other things like that. I may look into some other things. I looked at OBS because it's free and a lot of people recommended it, but I did not like the fine print in terms. I did not like how much access it had over my channel. This is my living. I've got to have something that's extremely secure, can't be hacked, and it wanted too much controllers. These other ones in the fine print wanted very basic and minor control of your account, just basically post on your behalf, doing what software does. But that's the main reason I kind of backed away from that one. There was one other one, Restream. I was starting to look into that one. Quite a few options out there. Yeah,
you like to do your research on it, so I'm sure
I do. Yeah, but the fine print's got to make me feel very comfortable before I'll give any third party in the app access to my account, and they get limited access. But like the OBS one, for example, it was like you're giving them permission to delete content and everything else. Like they had way too much access to my account. I was like, not happening. Whereas StreamYard was extremely basic on the access it had. So I'm going to play around. I only bought 1 month of it. You get a big discount if you buy per the year, but I figured I'd play with it for a month and make my mind up. And he says his favorite's been Talk Studio, doing live streams. I'll look into that. But again, I want to be able to see members. I want to see all the details that I normally see on YouTube's live stream. I want to be able to see anytime somebody does donations or gifting, because we definitely want to recognize that. So as long as those other ones offer it, that's something I'll absolutely look into. And one thing I'm really wanting is to be able to stream 2 cameras at the same time. So when we're outside cooking, problem is StreamYard wants $88 a month for that feature.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And yeah, what was it? One Stream Live, which is supposed to be the cheap, very similar one. They want $82 a month just for me to be able to run a second camera. I was like, no, not for us live streaming 3 to 4 times a month. That just seems absolutely crazy, and that's not a feature we'll use all the time. All right, that was a lot of yakking about that, huh? So Alan just jumped on from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Oh, Ashley says something nice. That pink shirt really makes your eyes
Oh,
pop.
thank
Tiffany.
you, Ashley. Appreciate it.
So I should send you a photo of my sewing room, says Miss Lee.
I bet it is. Got it going on for sure.
So my mom used to sew growing up. She still does, but she used to sew all the time. I'm talking Easter dresses for my sisters.
She was big into it.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Would make like legit clothing. I can't tell how many times I've been drug into Joanne Fabrics and all those other places as a kid and hated it. Seemed like once a week we were going to the fabric store and everything else.
She did a lot.
Yeah, she absolutely did. So, and she had a huge sewing room. It was basically our entire utility room, which is like,
I remember that.
it was bigger than it would be like the size of a master bedroom or bigger, you know, for an average home. So she definitely had a good sewing setup in there. So Terry says, loving the waterfront property and all your new toys. Been very blessed. We've definitely got a lot of awesome equipment. Now you can see why. We kind of already knew for a while that we were going into developing some properties, and then we've been helping neighbors and other people. That was something unexpected, but while we got the equipment, we want to do it. So that's why a lot of this started happening, and we're going to continue to use that equipment to develop, grow the channel, take care of the property, and who knows, this could be what our YouTube channel ultimately turns into. I mean, I love the idea of this. So if the house build goes well, the property development goes well, we may attempt it again should life be favorable for us to do that. Who knows? You know, you just don't know how your channels are going to do or how life's going to do, but we've at least set ourselves up with some awesome equipment. And like I've always said, what if I lose my YouTube account? What if something happens outside of my control? That's my career right now. We got multiple ways we earn money, don't get me wrong, but creating social media content is what it's all about. But at least with us setting up with all this equipment and then being able to travel, if something were to ever happen, I can go work for myself, because having worked for large companies, small companies, own my own business, I really don't want much of none of that ever again, especially the big company stuff and all that mess. I love the idea that we can take care of ourselves should our main source of income we lose it for some reason. We'll go mow yards, we'll go dig ditches, we'll go do tree cleanup, we'll go do whatever the heck we got to do. At least we've actually got the equipment to do that now. So see, Big Wave says your homemade bush hooks were really cool. Thank you. Those worked really, really well. I was about to read at the Kelley's Country Life. I didn't need to read that part. So yeah, those worked extremely well. So we've got catfish a couple of times down there, and we'll be going and setting some bush hooks or limb lines here before long. We need to do it because the river's been high right now, which is good for catfishing. Yeah, well,
it's good weather and before the bugs start eating us alive down there.
So we're going to try to go do a video again and catch some more fish. We're trying to give ourselves a week break on eating fish. I love fishing, but I don't want to eat fish all the time. So we're giving ourselves and our neighbors a break.
Yeah, we might try some catfish tacos down there.
We'll see. I mean,
that would be good.
Any kind of a fried fish and a taco sounds good to me. We'll absolutely do it. So will your pool be able to run off of solar all summer? Yes, it's been running off of solar around the clock. So you might have missed that episode whenever we did the big solar array. Part of that video was I trenched, run new wire to the pool, and now the pool runs 100% off grid, off solar, straight from the shop. So that just dramatically helps our electric bill every month. And we have to have like a couple of days of really nasty rain or something going on before I'm not able to run. I got to flip back to grid. Like my bills, I don't think I got one up here. My actual electric usage the last few months for the shop's been like $8. Like it's been very, very minor. And that's only if I have a couple cloudy days or when I'm welding. Been doing a lot more welding projects. I don't like running my welder off my solar equipment, although I have, and you absolutely can. It just seems like I'm putting a heck of a strain on expensive equipment. So I don't like doing that. So the only time I pay a few dollars a month now is literally just when welding. But pool is 100% off grid. Thank goodness whenever we put that big solar array in, it is absolutely taking care of it. Check my phone here for a second. I done got about 75 text messages, which is not normal. Oh, it's some of y'all on here. And I got a buddy that I do won't text me. I got a friend that has traveled all the way to Argentina right now. Oh my goodness. He's going down to do one of those bucket list dove hunts that I have always wanted to do. And y'all, he left yesterday.
What time yesterday?
Well, yesterday morning,
right?
In order to go to Orlando and get on an airplane. He got on the airplane midday. He's still traveling. Y'all, you can't give me that trip if I'm going to have to fly and lay over for a day and a half. Oh, he's been trapped in the airports and multiple flights, multiple layovers since yesterday. Poor guy missed one of his flights by 20 minutes in Chile this morning, and he had to lay over 10 hours in an airport. And that's after he's already had multiple layovers before that. I'm like, oh, buddy, I think you have taught me out of that. Was like a bucket list trip.
Yeah, he's like, I'm taking it out of the bucket.
Yeah, I'm taking it out of the bucket. I don't ever want to do that. I can't stand flying, so absolutely done with that. All right, Shane says, thank you for the memberships. You are 100% welcome. And how do you like the vinyl plank flooring now? I'll let you answer that because you're the one always cleaning everything.
It. Does good. It's holding up good. There's no buckling. There's no separation. It's easy to clean. It's pretty hardy. Like it doesn't, scratch up or.
It's very tough.
Yeah, it's tough. So we like it a lot.
Yep, that's absolutely what we'll be doing in the new house as well. Especially when you do in-painting like we do, people come in, there may be some dirt or whatever, like not a problem, doesn't stain, like you said, Swiffer it right up, going about your business. It's the right way to go and what we'll continue to do. So Terry, have you had the same issues with Facebook as other creators? Not sure exactly what issues you're talking about, but you're probably talking getting hacked, or the one issue that I'm having right now is our channel blew up last year. I'm talking, we picked up 300,000 followers. It was such a blessing. And then it has absolutely crashed this year. And even channels that are 3 times the size of ours, 4 times the size of ours that I know, they're experiencing the same exact thing. Facebook did an algorithm change a few months ago, and like everybody I know probably 10 channels on there, we all just crashed about the same time. Stuff quit getting pushed out to people. I hope they get that stuff figured out. Otherwise, it was fun while it lasted, I guess. We're going to continue to keep posting over there, but YouTube's been the only consistent thing in my life. Luckily, we haven't experienced none of the hacking issues that other people have, but I'm very, very particular. If I get an email and I get, oh my goodness, y'all, get 20, 30, 40 emails a day from companies. Hey, click on this link. We want to send you a product, or we want to promote on your Facebook or YouTube. Oh, I don't click on links. That's how I know one friend in particular who got his account hacked. As soon as he clicked on a link, he said he could tell immediately there was a problem. Something started running. He downloaded software, lost full control of his account just like that. So I am very particular about this stuff. Back to us talking about all the people that spend more energy stealing stuff from people than actually working. Old school Harbor Freight parking lot sale tomorrow. I've never been to one of those, and I do shop at Harbor Freight. I better not.
No.
We got a busy day planned tomorrow. We got a very busy day planned tomorrow. So Bobby says, love watching you weld up different things. You make it look so easy. Thank you. It's definitely it gets easier. MIG makes it easy. I'm not no professional welder by no means. You can see some of my welds don't look great, but I could care less. As long as the metal sticks together, it doesn't break and holds together, I'm happy. Oh,
my bracelet
popped off. I rubbed it across my leg. I'll tie it back in a minute. So have y'all checked out Rumble? This used to be a pretty popular question for me. I have, and I even had somebody from Rumble reach out to me a while back on their team asking, basically kind of a fast track setup. Let's get your channel set up, this, that, and the other. Honestly, there's just not much traffic on Rumble. The only way I would probably personally ever go to Rumble is like if we just wanted to, we joke around about this. It's not what it sounds like, but do a Kelley's After Dark or some sort of episode where we're just really going to speak our mind and just kind of don't care about any sort of censorship. And I'm not saying censorship's bad over here. I've not run into any issues, but we all know how the world is right now. But that's probably the only time I'd go there is if I just really had an opinion I wanted to voice about something. And honestly, I ain't got time to do that. I got too many other channels and stuff going on. I just don't see a need to go over to Rumble. There's just not enough people. You don't really, unless you're one of the really, really big channels that they pay to stay there. I wouldn't be one of those channels. You just don't really earn nothing. It's not worth all the time and effort, in my personal opinion. I'll never say never, but it's not even on my radar right now. Just really isn't. Maybe when we really want to start speaking our mind on some stuff, we're going to go to Rumble. Right now, I ain't really got much to speak my mind on. I just want to work and make content. So, Michael, how did the Amazon bonus do last month? It says share link. Thank you for bringing that up. We did not hit a bonus last month. We were quite short, and it looks like we were the month before too. It's okay. This is the beginning time of the year. People just start spending heavy. Typically, that's your Black Fridays, your Novembers, your Decembers, your Christmas stuff. But we still earn commission.
Everybody's trying to save up from Christmas.
Yeah, but we still do earn commission on all that. I guess I could pull up something over here. Since you asked for the link, give me a second. I should always keep this in hand, but I don't. Shame on me. I can get it pretty quick though. So thank you to everybody that still goes over there and uses that. I'm gonna post it right here since you're asking about it. If you do your Amazon shopping and use that link, we still earn a commission, no whether we hit a bonus or not. And I seriously doubt we'll hit a bonus next month either, y'all, just unless some big orders come through. It's just not the time of year where people spend a lot of money. That's okay. Like I say, that thing still absolutely covers our fuel bill, which is such a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
That in and of itself is like amazing. That's how we're able to constantly create the content and do the fun things that we do because this is a full-time job. We started out doing this with both working full-time and doing some recording, and then it eventually grew into something after years and years of hard work, but it takes all those kind of things for this to actually work out. And thank y'all for those of y'all that get that and understand that. But that's not something we beg and ask for right there. Just like we don't ask for Mr. Lee to do donations and all that, but we thank y'all. We thank y'all so much. It absolutely adds up at the end of the year. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that equipment, everything y'all talking about, I mean, I've got a lot of my equipment stuff because of y'all.
Exactly.
Dump trailer, my goodness, for years and years and years, y'all are like, get a dump trailer, the grapple, all that stuff, and those things have been.
Y'all have been so
it's been
supportive.
A blessing. So what's coming up for this week's video? Asked Mr. Jimmy. So believe it or not, it's been so warm. We just had snow, ice, and then a bunch of 20-degree days just a few weeks ago. It seems like. Now everything's greening up. I'm looking at the yard. I'm like,
it already needs to be mowed.
It needs to be mowed. So, and now we're trying to rush and prep the garden. So first video this week, we're going to pull out a lot of equipment. We're going to get the mower back out. Looking forward to using that. I love that thing, but that's the only piece of equipment I've got to put up for the winter. I can still use excavators and tractors. So then we're going to mow the yard. I've got to go around and clean up a bunch of limbs and stuff that's fell down. So we'll use the landscape rake. We're going to be tearing the garden up. We're going to be running the tiller, the tractors, the grapple. So
cleaning out chicken coop.
Yeah, we got to clean out chicken coop. Spring cleaning. That's what's happening this week. Then I am prepping and clearing a new firewood area. I'm taking my socks off because I'm getting hot up here. So new firewood area, storage area is coming. Just going to clear some tree stuff. Going to run my mulcher. Hadn't run that in a while. It's going to be a perfect area for it. We're going to use the excavator to pop up trees again. And then... You mind clicking that fan on?
Yeah.
I am burning up. Then there is a big project started this week. So I guess we'll say, normally I try to let my videos be a surprise. But since you're on the live stream, I guess we'll let this be a bonus for jumping on the live stream. Solar. People have been asking about solar. I have got another really large battery for the shop. Now that we have all that solar power coming in, we might as well store it. So I've got a really big battery. And one thing I have always wanted to do, a lot of y'all expressed concern about batteries out there and fire hazards. New lithium stuff is very, very safe. I mean, really safe. A lot of people have it in their homes now. It's the older lithium chemical technology that was a little more prone to fires. But yes, the concern is always still there. So I have decided I am going to custom build a fireproof battery box for server rack batteries. So I'm converting all over to server rack batteries, which I'm pretty much there anyways. Excuse me. I have ordered in steel. We're going to do a custom fireproof box. I've ordered in special fireproof weather stripping. I guess we'll call it weather stripping that actually expands and seals out the door when there's heat. That keeps flames and stuff from coming out. I think it'll be a really cool build and something that'll just make me sleep better at night. So that I'm starting on this week.
Yeah, that'll be comforting to know.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
And that's going to take me a couple of days to build. So that's already filling my week up right there. And then we'll see what we get to.
That'll probably be
a
lot.
We'll see what we get into by the end of the week. But with that said, we got rain Wednesday. So I like to do welding projects in the shop when it's raining. Can't do nothing outside. So it's good that I've got another welding project this week. So, Andrew, what caliber is your AGM thermal scope on? Believe it or not, I got a Smith & Wesson M&P 22 long rifle because I have a lot more of a problem with small critters than big critters, and that's the one I really like to use. Speaking of, I went behind the building. My yard is destroyed last night, so it looks like we got a couple critters that have popped back up.
Okay,
so
we'll let Ruger go check it out tonight. Probably
need to pull that thermal out tonight. But 22 long rifle suppressed, that is the right critter getter for me right there. I don't find a need to put it on bigger ones. Although I say that we've got a pretty bad coyote problem, so I wish I had another one to put on a larger caliber. That would be perfect for the things that go bump in the night. So, Julie, this is another valid point and something I really should look into. Some people I do watch lives on X now. I don't know if you need StreamYard, et cetera, for that. I'm not sure if it's compatible with that. So, I'm not personally on X. At least I don't think I am. I might have been a long time ago. You are?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not on X.
Yeah.
I guess I should be. I had heard that Elon was moving that toward like some video and live streams and all. I don't have a clue. I'm not on there. So maybe that's something I should look into for the future. I can see that platform being much bigger than, say, Rumble, but I don't think X is specifically. It's more for tweeting and talking to each other, right? It's not so much about reels and video content, is it?
I'm not really. I mean, I'm not on it. I just recently got on there just to kind of filter through some stuff that I wanted to read about, but I don't really know too much about it yet. Maybe somebody else can put their opinion towards it, but we can look at it.
Yeah. Well, if I start seeing that there's a lot of more video content over there, I personally don't care about getting on platforms where I'm tweeting or talking. Just not my thing. I'm too focused on video content. But if I hear that they start doing more video content, it's worthwhile, I'll look into it. But I'm getting spread quite thin. I'm sure I would have to edit videos down or maybe do a different format. So Mr. Delaire says, I think Rumble would be worth looking at for the fact that Rumble, Andrew, can stream YouTube and Facebook as well. Reason I brought your comment up, I can actually start streaming to Facebook now with StreamYard. So I don't have to have Rumble for that. This StreamYard service will do that. That's something we're going to look into. That's something we'll look into. I don't know how many people will watch us on Facebook, and if it winds up being a lot, chat could get very overwhelming.
Yeah, I thought about that as well, and I was like, I don't know about all that.
We'll have to see if the desire is there, honestly. But I do have the ability to do that now with paid service, and that's something I was interested in quite a while back. But I guess we would just have to kind of do a poll and figure it out if people over there want to watch live streams or if it's more of a YouTube type thing. So are we going to do anything with the hydroponics? Honestly, kind of we've shot past hydroponics and we're right into springtime.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't know. If anything, we were going to start getting some seeds going for some different plants, but I don't know. We need to think about what all we want to do. Because I would like to start some seeds for some like herbs and stuff like that. Maybe we can do that.
Well, you can do a little herb garden up front. Or we can do them in the hydroponics too, but we're going to have a little open section up front.
No, I just mean, can we start the seeds in that?
Yeah, but as long as it's warm, we can just throw them in the ground outside and they should make. So Julie says, Andrew said develop properties, plural. Yes, I did. We have no intentions. We are not buying other properties right now. We're just trying to get onto a small home. So we're not rolling in it like that, or we're just going to go buy more properties or anything. It's all we can do to kind of get over this environmental hurdle.
Later on down the road.
But if we get done with that house into this year or however long it takes, and it looks like a very successful series and things people are interested in, and we see growth or attract people for it, that's why we're doing this. That's why we're taking the gamble for that property. Heck yeah, we'll do it again, because I don't think people realize the pressure of doing weekly content or daily content or content often. The pressure is always there to create something, and then you start getting stagnant. You're doing the same old thing, and then it's like, man, I kind of need to create something new and exciting. And sadly, the things get bigger and bigger and bigger, and next thing you know, you're buying properties and taking huge financial gambles to do a house and all as a series. Because I've always wanted to redo this house series here, because I just really got the main channel going. We had bad audio, cameras weren't as well, so I've kind of always wanted to redo the house thing, and this seems like a good way to do it, and maybe have a little investment property on the side. But if it's all very successful, well, we'll probably attempt it again. If it's not, we can't afford to take another gamble on another property. We won't. We'll see how it works out. We won't know till later this year, that's for sure. So Chris says, I mailed a package on Friday. All right, Chris.
All right. I do need to go to the post office. I forgot to go the other day. Remember something got delivered?
Oh, yeah. One of our...
No. We thought it got delivered at the post office. That's right. But then we found our package.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make it up next week
coffee.
one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, appreciate you letting me know. Thank you, Larry. Y'all hit the thumbs up. It really doesn't matter. Says Ruger been using the pool, says Mr. Mike.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot, but he does get in after his runs, or if he gets really hot when we're out there fetching with him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I see Crystal says she's found some new people on here, so I'll throw that banner back up. If you do, let us know. So Linda says Facebook isn't paying a lot of large creators. That's what I've been hearing, and I'm talking some creators with 1 million+ followers have just, I don't know what's happened, y'all. We
always knew that Facebook would be unpredictable.
It is.
We knew that it would fluctuate. So
social media in general is very unpredictable. YouTube's actually been quite steady. I'll give it credit with that. All the other things in our life is very, very roller coaster ride and unpredictable, which is scary, because whenever you try to start investing and doing new things like the property we was talking about, you kind of need some sort of consistency in your income or growth, and it does this number. But that's okay. That's why you don't live outside your means. We always preach this. You try to stick something back, so when you have good months, great, pay things off or stick some back for a project. When you have bad months, hey, that's why you had something in the bank or this, that, and the other. That just goes with anything in life. You just don't ever know if you're getting laid off one day or an illness or something hits, and it's just really, really hard for us to budget sometimes, because there is no budget with social media. But we take gambles, we'll do stuff, and luckily a lot of my smaller projects like welding projects and all that I don't have to invest a ton in do well, with the exception of the rocket stove video. This last one did not do well. I thought for sure that thing was going to take off, but that's okay. A lot of the others,
it might later on.
It does, like the smudge pot still taking off and doing good. Some of them take a while. That's just the way it is. What are we talking about here? Longer than 3+ hours on videos, says Paul. You might be talking to somebody else there. I'm not doing 3-hour videos, but I know people like Andrew Camerata do, and he does very well doing that. I'm reading. Miss Kim says, hello, finally made a live again.
Hello.
It has been a while. Where you been, Miss Kim? Where you been? So are you thinking of bringing a guest on the channel now?
Oh, now you got to go back up and unhide hers.
Oh, I do. Well, let me see. If I click on a new one, it'll override it. Still figuring out my software. So you're going to bring guests on the channel with new software with people like Outdoors with Eric. I know you follow each other. That's not my intention right now. I know there's a lot of people that do the invite a guest on stuff and all. It's just not my thing. Now, will I say that I won't ever bring nobody? No, I'm not saying that at all. If the interest is really there and there's like-minded channels, and I think I can have a good conversation with somebody that's worth y'all clicking on and investing your time in, sure, we'll do it. But I've been asked a bunch of times to go on other channels, and normally I say no. I've been on a few channels and done some things with friends, but it's just really not my thing. Now, if there's a cool topic that's really worth talking about or investigating or something enjoyable, I'm absolutely game for it. But I would want that to be like an additional live stream or additional recording on top of our normal content. And I'm telling you, I'm already spread so thin. I don't want to start getting in the habit of doing invites and guests and all that stuff. But I'm not saying I wouldn't. I say that, and watch, I'll do one next week. But I do have that option now with this new software. So y'all need to come hang out. Jethro Boating. I like it. Y'all need to come. Sound like a country song. Y'all need to come hang out Lake Martin, Alabama. I've heard of Lake Martin. Is that do they do the BASS fishing on there? Maybe that's where I've heard of it. Let's see. We used to go to Lake Eufaula whenever I was a kid. I don't know if that's anywhere near Lake Martin. And then Pest Hunter says, this is a very valid point. Welcome to social media. I've had some of my videos lay dormant for 3 months and then shoot up in numbers. That does happen. And that is always enjoyable.
I think you missed a comment. Hold on.
I missed a lot of comments. I'm shooting all around.
So does this one shoot you down to the bottom?
I think it may. I felt like it did.
Yeah. I was trying to like keep up with that to see if it did that, because that was one of the things that we didn't really care about with the YouTube streaming.
I think after a certain X number of comments, it just it starts to delete them off the top and you get shot to the bottom. I could have shot myself to the bottom. Who knows? So Mark says, first time live stream. Yes, sir. I don't recognize your last name there. So he says, we're just south of you in Central Florida. Love the channel. Nicely done, guys. So where are you from, if you don't mind saying? Orlando area, Kissimmee, Ocala. I know that's starting to get a little more out of what you would call Central Florida.
Well, no, I don't see it.
So have I ever considered a collab, DIY, or road trip vid with any other YouTube channels? I have. I'm very careful about those because they can tie and eat up so much time in order to make one video that honestly could just be unsuccessful. And again, I stay so busy, try to really work this thing hard, keep stuff going. It's hard for me to go road trip for several days and maybe make one video or two videos that, again, just don't perform well. And then by the time you get back, you've ate up a week's worth of time that you could have been making consistent content here. Now, with that said, I should probably collab more because that is a way to reach a whole new audience. Somebody else has got an audience. A lot of y'all are on similar channels that I already know, but then you'll find a lot of new people. And people are very successful doing collabs. I will say I am already working on one collab. It'll be whenever we get the house started. I do have one friend that's a licensed electrician, and he's offered to come down and help. Got a camper and all, and I really like him. It'd be fun to hang out with him. We've yet never meet in person, but we know each other via phone and social media and talk often. So I am already working on one collab for later in the year. Should I be working on other ones? I should, but I tell myself I'm too busy.
Yeah, Andrew just gets so focused on what he's doing.
Did you find this comment that I should have gone back?
No, I don't know what happened to it.
I am reading up here. I don't see.
It was just something. No, it was just something. I was like, oh, he'll probably want to answer that. But
y'all, I'm gonna miss comments.
Yeah, ask again if we miss your comment and you really want it answered. Ask again.
See, we got 167 on. We fluctuate. We may have 160. We may have 300 people on. We kind of bounce between that, and sometimes there'll be a couple hundred comments. So it's impossible. We normally yak about an hour. I can't keep up with all of them, but
I think it was about the X. Oh yeah, Jesse says, yeah, X does do quite a bit of videos and content now, or maybe you answered it.
I didn't. So okay. Yeah. Jess Hess.
Yeah.
Jesse Hess. No, Jess. I don't know. Jess.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate you saying that. I guess that's something I'll look into. I should probably do a poll or something to see how many of y'all actually use. What's he growling at?
I don't know. Maybe he heard the
I think he's just waking
alarm.
Up. He's down there yawning.
Yeah, so we went on a ride yesterday, and the dogs are tired today. They have literally slept all day. How long was our ride yesterday?
Y'all, we rode 5.5 to 6 hours. So that's officially our longest ride, not mileage-wise. I think we did a little under 100 miles, according to one friend. I meant to map it. So we have got access. We live out in the middle of nowhere, so we got access to so many dirt roads, and the weather was perfect. We've had a busy weekend. We did a cookout here Friday night, invited people over.
That's one of the reasons I'm not cooking tonight is because we got a lot of food left
nobody's
over.
Asked us that.
I cooked 4 pizzas Friday night. Oh,
yeah, and we haven't had pizza in a while.
Yeah.
We're still doing really good on our eating, but it was time to make some homemade pizzas. And then we got the wild idea. We're like, hey, y'all want to just go ride side by sides or whatever tomorrow? And people are like, yeah. Well, we had a few commit with us. I was like, all right, I know a loop we need to take. Well, we wound up making a much bigger loop than I thought, but we rode for 5.5 hours, stopping at boat ramps, stopping at creeks, doing a little fishing, just stopping a shady spot.
It was fun.
Talk, hang out, eat some snacks, all that stuff. And then we wound up going back over to the river property and grilled out by the river and hung out over there.
The
all
dogs
night long.
had a big time.
And the dogs played and played and played. And normally when Ruger has a day like that, which is rare that we haven't really ever done a ride like that. I'm glad we did it. But normally if we go out on the water or go entertain him all day long, he will sleep the entire next day. Like he can't stand it. He's got to catch up on a full day's rest for a full day of playing. So he's down there growling, snoring, barking in his sleep, doing his crazy stuff. But that was really fun. That's something we need to take time to and do more often. That's really, is that the first time we've ever rode with a group like that, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Why is that the first
I
time?
don't know. We've talked about it for so long.
Yeah. I'd like to do that more
yeah.
often. Maybe carry a little grill with us. So it was fun. We stopped at one riverbank and boat ramp, and there was a whole family there having a low country bowl and a cookout, and they were so friendly. Y'all come eat. I mean, that's just welcome to the country. That's the way it should be. I'm like, we don't even know y'all, but thank y'all so much. But that's awesome that y'all did that. We'll be cooking again on Sunset Day. Y'all come back eat with us, and we talked with them a while. So we had a really good time. So Jerry, how are you making out with your spreadsheets? Yes, we talked about that on a couple live streams, and I thank y'all so much. Anytime I mention something, somebody's always lending a helping hand. I got email after email for people encouraging me to start my own spreadsheets and this, that, and the other. And I know some of y'all are new tonight going, what is this guy talking about? I had to go through
taxes.
I had to go through a bunch of taxes, and I said I am sick and tired of being that guy that has to do 8 hours worth of tax preparation because I waited till the end of the year and I got my box of receipts and I got to go itemize everything. I was like, I've never go to college, didn't do the computer stuff, don't know how to do spreadsheets, and I've always been intimidated by them. Well, shame on me. I got on, and I don't have Microsoft stuff on here, the Excel and all that. So I got on Google Spreadsheets when y'all mentioned it, and lo and behold, as soon as I log into it, there's already a pre-made budget spreadsheet. It wasn't perfect. I had to go redo some of it and had to make some new formulas and all, but there was enough there I could click and see how the formulas work and how things were. I changed it all around and I got it perfect now. I just literally, so now what I'm doing is at the end of every month, I'm taking my receipts, I'm punching my stuff in, and I'm putting them in my done folder back here, and I'll do it month after month. So at the end of the year, when it comes tax time again,
organization.
Yes, it's nice. I might have 45 minutes to an hour punching some stuff in and print it off for my CPA, and I am ready to go. So that has been a lifesaver. That's I'm glad I'm learning spreadsheets. Shame on me, taking me way too long. So Jethro says he's in Electric, Alabama. Never in my life heard of that. I'll have to look that up. So Mark says they're just north of Wildwood, Florida. Yep.
All right.
And it is wild down there. The traffic, the growth. Oh my goodness. I know Wildwood. Wildwood's isn't that just north of Orlando? That's where Wildwood is, right?
Yeah.
So basically you're in between where Ocala and Orlando are eventually going to grow together and swallow you. Yep. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe how busy it is.
That is the area, I believe, that's right before the turnpike.
Yes, that sounds right. Yeah, just north of the turnpike, I do believe. So we know the area well.
Some homemade chili mac and cheese.
Says Mr. Jimmy.
All right.
Some chili mac. Boy, I ain't had chili mac since I was a kid. It does sound good. All right, let's grab a couple more comments, and then we've been yakking about an hour. For those of y'all new, that's what we typically, normally we're outside cooking and yakking, but we cooked twice this weekend, as y'all heard. We still got a pile of leftovers. So do I remember which video you did on the solar on the pool? I've looked but didn't find it. Yes. I should be allowed to post video links here.
Oh, yeah,
I can find it pretty quick. Y'all bear with me. I'll look it up and I'll just post it right here for you. All right. Ta-da. How about that? I'm posting it right now.
Awesome.
There it is. You should see it at the bottom of the chat. Now you can click on it and save it over there. So
I just like the function too that we can share pictures and stuff too. That'll be nice.
That's going to be really nice, especially when we start doing house stuff, and we'll start sharing some pictures of maybe what we did for the week. So we'll play around with some of the new features and kind of see how that goes. So did we ever get Bullet a Squishmallow bed?
We did not.
No, because he's got a big Squishmallow bed. It's called the couch. He's got his little area right there with his fluffy blanket and couch, and he is picky. So he's got a big squishy bed. It's called a gigantic couch. Wade said, this is my first live stream. Wade, I'm just not believing that. You sound mighty familiar. I'm pretty sure I've seen you around here before.
Oh, yeah.
So how many hours did the rocket stove build take? So it took me 3 days to build that, y'all. But here's the thing. Most of the days I was only worked on it half a day. So we can guess at the hours. I don't know, 15 plus hours. I take my time. I'm answering comments. But the reason I say half days is because typically I'll get up in the morning. I'll do a bunch of editing. I'm going through contracts and emails and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. And then by the time we eat a brunch or something, it's almost noon before I'm out there getting some work done because there's so much computer side of this that I have to get done. So if I would guess, I'd say 3, maybe 2 half days and a full day. It was pretty involved process.
It took you a while out there.
Yep. So Lotus says, Tiffany, you look great in pink. A second pink comment she's got.
Thank you. This is the only pink shirt I own.
Yep.
It's not really my
She's not a big fan
color.
of pink, but it's almost your purplish color. She loves purple. It's got a hint of purple in it, but it's definitely more pink for sure. So Peyton says, this is my first live stream with you guys. Well, welcome, Peyton.
Welcome.
I don't recognize your name, so I'm going to believe you. A lot of people tell me that, and it's people that's been with us about 4 years. So welcome, Peyton. Like I said, is what we do. It's our live streams aren't like our content where I'm building something. We're just hanging out, spending Sunday afternoon with you. And normally we're out there on the Blackstone or doing something else. Yeah. Matt says, what's Miss Kelley cooking tonight? Nothing.
She is making leftover hamburgers.
Yes. We grilled a bunch of hamburgers last night, so we need to eat those up. I am not about wasting food if I can help it. Let's see here. I'm hoping after October, I should have an extra 40 vacation hours for travel videos. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Go have at it. Portable rocket stove for road trips. That has been on my list. I was going to build a portable one for the property, but honestly, we entertain others so much, I need a bigger one because the portable one I'm going to build is going to be a 4-inch version. I'm probably not going to do it where it bolts all together, but I might do something with the removable legs where you can kind of stick stuff in the tube. But we've talked about that, like maybe even going and doing crabbing at the coast and bowling crabs right there, you know, where you catch them, just some fun videos. Or riverbank fishing and maybe bring a small cast iron pan and just cook something up right there on the riverbank.
That would be neat.
That would be fun. So that is on my list to build a portable one, but I've probably burnt y'all out with rocket stove content here lately, so we may save that one for a little bit later on. World. So Jethro says we got to come up and see that Lake Martin. Good for fishing and entertainment. I'm nowadays more into the entertainment, I guess, than the fishing, and shame on me. I used to fish a lot, but now we just boat, look, have fun. We went on a boating trip not long ago on the river over by the property because it's high right now and it's full of rock normally, so you can't go very far on it. But when it floods, you can. And oh my goodness, y'all, we just went up and down it. Just had a wonderful afternoon.
Yeah, we like coast fishing, so
yeah, we do need to get out on the coast this year. I say that every year, and we usually go out twice a year. Shame on us. I don't know. I'm focused on work. And
it's probably going to be that way this year if we get started on the building. So we're probably not going to make it out very much.
Well, we're just going to have to force ourselves to take a Saturday or a weekday because with coast fishing, you can't necessarily always plan on the weekend because that's usually when it wants to storm, blow, sideways, rain, all that stuff. So Tripping says, we just drove through your neighborhood a few hours ago, spent the weekend with our daughter in Gainesville. I know Gainesville very well. Still cleaning up the trees along I-10. Yes, thanks to all these storms. And now here we are rolling immediately into, it's March. Here's tornado season. Not looking forward to it. So I just put on my list for this week. We've got to get over there and put earth augers in the ground, anchor the camper down.
Good point, because it'll sneak up on us.
Yep, cable that all down because what a lot of y'all don't know that are new to the channel, when we first bought this property, I used to stay over here while I was working shift work. I'd stay over about 2 weeks out of the month and just get off working 4 to 12s or midnight, start developing the property, and I'd stay in a camper over here. Well, one point in time, I was staying in a camper and we took a direct hit by a tornado. It's a long story, but it totaled the camper and it totaled the brand new barn I was underneath, my 30 by 48 barn, scared us to death. And the only reason the camper didn't flip, I mean, the barn got picked up and thrown out in the yard. It was even flipping over heavy, like 1,000-pound tractor equipment. But I had anchored the camper into the ground with 6 4-foot earth augers and did cable around it because
thank goodness.
Yeah, we'd had a couple hurricanes the year before, and I was scared about it blowing the camper over. So I anchored that down. Little did I know I was doing it for hurricanes. I didn't know a tornado was coming. So we got very lucky. So now we're very nervous. This area seems to get a lot of tornadoes, we have noticed, but they're small, thank goodness, but small ones still do a lot of damage. We don't get the big monsters like out in Alabama and all these, Oklahoma and all them places, thank goodness. Well, I say that. What did Florida get last year? A EF4 down south? That big monster wedge tornado, some EF3s. It's
not usual that we get that.
It's very rare, though. We're normally F0s or F1s, but it was enough to scare us for life. So now we start preparing for those kind of things. Odds are not in our favor to get hit again. I know you don't like when I say that. Knock on wood.
Yeah, please.
But we're still going to prepare.
Yeah.
We're pretty much guaranteed to get more hurricanes, so we might as well prepare for that as well. All right, y'all, we've been yakking an hour. I'm going to, Spicer Designs. What's up, buddy? You jumped on here.
He says I'm new.
Yeah. Go check out his channel, y'all. I love Spicer Design. He does a lot of cool stuff. I'm actually behind on your videos, buddy, but yeah, he does a lot of similar stuff, that's for sure. All right, so let's catch one more comment here. And
who will it be?
I don't know. Okay, we'll catch two more. What's your favorite snack to eat when you're working? A handful of nuts, honestly.
Peanuts.
No, not
for
peanuts. Peanuts.
Well, just nuts, whatever.
I don't like peanuts. I like premium mixed nuts. You know, the
I
good
call
stuff.
them peanuts.
Nah, it ain't peanuts. That's kind of my most common thing. I'll come in and either grab a banana or usually some nuts, and then I go back to work, and that's what it is. And then I seen somebody talk about jerky. How's the jerky doing?
Yeah.
I had to make more.
Some, yep.
No, we don't.
Well,
have more.
I mean, we just made some. So
I had to
now
make a whole nother batch because we cleaned
now
it
I want
out.
some. Now that you mentioned it.
And I guess I lied. I'm taking more than one more comment. So Ben says, my second live, but I started with the ice maker videos. Welcome, Ben. A lot of people started with the ice maker videos. And Julie, great point. This stream, no lag, no glitches, no spinny circles, no crashes. So sadly, it looks like I'm going to have to stay with paid for service, but this has been our smoothest live stream thus far. The whole reason that I have, bought that. So Rob, it's funny you mentioned this, not quite what I'm thinking, portable receiver hitch grill. I've considered doing that, but I'm glad you brought that up. There's something I'm putting in my list right now that I was laying in bed thinking about last night, and I forgot to put it on my to-do list, and I need it. But it happens to do with a receiver hitch and a custom build, and you just jogged my memory. There's something really cool I need to build. So thanks for giving me more work and ideas, y'all. What do we want to call this?
His brain, his wheels are always spinning.
I am. I love building and creating stuff. I got the coolest job on the planet, y'all. I really do. All right, y'all. Well, I guess we're going to jump off. Maybe that was the last one right there. So, Matt, I see you said just to lighten up a little bit. Webcam. We got the lights off in the living room.
Normally we're outside and we can adjust the ISO on the camera, but not this one.
Yeah,
sorry.
Cheap webcam. Yeah. And normally we got a DSLR outside where I can really make all the adjustments. But next week we should be outside, weather permitting, cooking, and we'll play around with some more live stream stuff. So y'all, it was a success. The new software is working great. I love the features of it. Thank y'all so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. We truly do appreciate you. Oh yeah. You scroll my banner one more time right here. New live stream time next weekend. We're springing forward with the rest of the, I guess, United States and whoever all else honors it, because I know there's some states and stuff that don't. We're going at 7 p.m. That's how we'll be for the rest of the summer, all the way into fall. I am looking forward to getting some longer days and afternoons. Yes. We can get some more work and stuff done. So good night. God bless. Appreciate y'all so much for spending your night with us. We truly do appreciate it.
Have a great week.
Yep.
Bye.
See y'all. Take care.